It's been such a pleasure. Like, I didn't think I needed this. I think I'm someone who values themselves and sees themselves as having their shit together as best as I can. But this has taught me to to open up myself and be more vulnerable and look at this kind of stuff in different, like you said before, it's really stopping tunnel visioned and opening my perspective, and not just in love but in like my work environment and my career and my day-to-day, my friends. I feel woke now to a lot of things that I never realized, because there was a bit of shame sometimes when you think, okay, I've been on so many dates or sort of relationships aren't working, is it me? But then having talked to you and having your advice, and the most important thing, Jenny, I feel when with life and apps and having someone listen to you with so much love and listening to you with wanting you to win, wanting you to succeed, but not by telling you what to do, but telling you how much power you have. So I think that's the best gift I've gotten from you.
You get to sort of your 30s and you're kind of like, well, where is this guy and why am I getting like random guys and stuff? And so my belief network was that I was doing something wrong. I'm not good enough, I don't look pretty enough, or I'm not skinny enough, or I don't have the right talkability to get someone. And that is something that I always sort of struggled with. In my high confidence, you would not think so. But when it comes to matters of the heart, it's very different emotional transition or belief system in my brain. My gosh, lack of commitment, guys. Yes. So I have, and it's the pattern. It's a very interesting pattern when you look at all the guys who are interested in me. There's probably one guy who I definitely know who I think he was super interested in me and was wanting to commit, but in my head, I thought that he was a player. Even the ones that were good, I saw them in a different glasses. Within 3 months, he managed to get a girl and married that girl. So I was like, that's interesting. So he was ready. He was at that stage of wanting to commit to someone, but I couldn't see it. So definitely my challenge was in first of all, it was my perspective. 2, I do then attract people in that lack of commitment scenario. So, and unfortunately, when I look at my circle of friends, there are a lot of people who have broken up now because the guys have cheated. And then there's always that doubt, like, is this guy genuine enough? That's the first question that I ask. So I think it was a preconceived notion that I have of, 1, the relationships that I see, 2, maybe as I've grown up during my childhood. And then another thing is that value system. So if I don't feel valued at that moment, then again, my perception of that relationship or that interaction feels like it's not right, because I'm maybe not getting what I want, but it's also because I'm not clear. How I guess we overcame them was looking into my past, like going down, like, where did you identify that maybe you didn't feel like you received the right values? That was one technique which was really good for me. I think I got like massive, like a few big goals. I think the biggest one was to be in a everlasting loving relationship with an individual that completely adores me and I to him, that I can be like, we can both be a support network for each other. That was my massive goal. The other goal I had was sort of on a non-relationship path, which was about, setting up a really good foundation of a business frame. My third goal was about self-love, like loving myself more in everything. So instead of being around people, observing other people and going, oh, I wish I was like Tina, I wish I was like James or whoever, it's about valuing myself. And going through the 10 weeks is something that that it was really highlighted to me and helped me go through the notion of not taking offense, because that's them, that's their world, and I know my self-worth in everything. Yeah, I feel shiny new. I feel amazing, feeling valued, feeling loved, happy and proud, feeling enough. I feel like a new person, like a new brain, if that makes sense. I feel like a new brain, and it's something special when someone opens a door of awareness. I feel more confident. I feel like I don't get offended. Like I don't get offended anymore. I definitely feel lighter. I feel less pressure. Yeah. Being joyous and happy all the time, regardless in what scenario you are. It's affected my life. Also, you know, there's so many people, like techniques that you've taught me, that some people will come and be like, oh, remember, I have no idea why I'm living or whatever. And I just say a quote that you potentially have said. So it's also not just affecting me, but it's affecting the people around me. One of the things that I believe going through up to these 10 weeks, it's not about being satisfied in other people or how other people perceive it, but it's finding your own definition of satisfied, going through your value system and what makes you happy, identifying that or being aware about those things. And I'll tell you that your thinking changes 110%. I now find it easier to cut that person if they're not aligned with me. And those are very important boundaries, because then you don't take in their energy and you're able to just put them on the side straight away, because you know that they don't meet your value system. Right. And so your worth is taken from this level to like this level, right? And ideally, I'm saying this because I've just experienced it in the past 10 weeks. So it's hard to explain it. You just have to go through it. I think it's sometimes you get scared, as in I don't want to know things that I don't want to know about myself. But ideally, if you just step over that, I found out what I need to know, you then deal with it at that moment, right? Sometimes it's sad. I think I had to shed a few tears along the way, and that, oh, like I thought everything was perfect, but there are things that you need to pinpoint, look at it, analyze it, understand what it is, and then you put it to the side, because it then becomes not important anymore. And then you then focus on the big targets and the big goals that you need to achieve. I put a word to it, extraordinary, like extraordinariness, if that makes sense.